This was me on my first day of first grade. I grew up in a tiny town in rural South Dakota, near where my mother had grown up. We moved there from New Mexico, where my father was from, just before I started kindergarten. I had a complicated home life at best, and as a biracial kid in a town called White, South Dakota, I was different than all of my peers, and I knew it. I was a good student, but painfully shy. I loved to read and imagined places I could go that were anywhere but where I was. I should have loved school, but I hated it. I got picked on and relentlessly teased about my looks and who my father was. I was never afraid for my physical safety, but I definitely didn't find any safe place in school. I couldn't wait to get out of there and planned on going to college as far away as possible. That isn't what happened, though. Instead, I became a mother at age 18 and started at South Dakota State University with an infant. Having my daughter didn't stop me from my dreams of becoming someone who could create change in the world, though. I was an activist in college and dragged her along to countless rallies, protests, and voter registration drives. I won't tell you my whole life story here, but I ended up having 3 more kids and spending most of my adult life as a stay-at-home mom. My kids are all typical and have had a pretty easy time in school. They have achieved academically, and now the 2 oldest are even in college. Staying home with them was a great gig, but I never felt like it was my real calling in life. The young college activist in me still wanted more. I dabbled in different things, started several home businesses, became a yoga instructor, and thought about going back to school often. Then this guy came along, my nephew. After 4 kids of my own, I was so excited to finally be an auntie. He was different than my kids, though, in a way that I knew he'd face far more challenges than my own kids did. He was diagnosed with autism at age 3. He is so smart, but I worried that he would never be given the chance to realize his potential because of his disability. He's the one who finally made me realize how passionate I am about education and how I want to be the kind of teacher that can reach every single one of my students in a way that will help them not only achieve at their highest level possible, but to also help them see how important each and every one of us is in this great, big, diverse world.